Salutations, salutations. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate the love and support. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like, subscribe, get the notifications every time I drop a video. As you already know, Mel Kross versus Lacey. This is part 6. My last video, I spoke of, me being back in upstate prison and reconnecting with Scar Brim. Me and Scar Brim was trying to get in the cell together, so we, politics, we could talk. We ain't had to be on the gate and everything. And actually, you know what I'm saying, we were really brothers, and we never had no personal issues or nothing like that. I was in my feelings, of course, because letters that I wrote through Tankhead and everything. Conversing and months, years, some change later, you still got them letters, and then you show it to the person who you also was talking about and talking shit about and everything at the time, whatever. But they made up whatever Scar said and validated. And so with me and him linked, we settled all that, you know what I'm saying, and we was doing things to make things better, you know what I'm saying. Once again, shout out to Scar Brim, you know what I'm saying, he a real one for holding his word. And I'm gonna get back right there to reiterate, you know what I'm saying, my way to Attica. You already know, salute, but before I do that, we gotta run this intro. Thanks for tuning in. 1. Salute. Thanks for tuning in to Kross TV Network. You already know that's Kross with a K. Appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Tapping in. Y'all could be anywhere in the world. Y'all here with me. Y'all know my slogan, how I appreciate that, because for, I spent over 20 years of my life in prison. I could never get back, and countless other years in the streets, you know what I'm saying, time as a youth and everything, growing up, making the bad decisions that I can't get back. So I'm definitely not gonna sit here and waste my time and waste y'all. You know what I mean? So I definitely appreciate the love and support I've been getting from the series. You know what I'm saying? Mel Kross versus Lacey. I appreciate y'all for this, you know what I'm saying? Because, for a lot of people, that been around, they might have heard stories, they might have heard everything that's going on or what's happening, or, what they thought happened. They might have heard people, spinning narrative, and, so it's only right that I tell my own truth and tell what's going on, you know what I'm saying? So it's never no slander, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I also give props and love and respect to where it was due. If a person did something wrong, they did it wrong. If I did something wrong, I did it wrong. That's just how I go. That's just how it is. Nobody's perfect. But like I said, I'm here to just tell my truth and not to slander. People gonna feel some type of way, some people don't. It's not even for that. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Once again, salute the Scar Brim, salute the Lace, salute the Tank, salute to all of them, you know what I'm saying? Because, since then, we done, talked about things, through kites or through third party and everything, and plus, when Tank was out here before, he was on social media, you know what I'm saying? We discussed some things was discussed about that, but just wasn't in depth, so let me get back to the story, right? So, at the Scar was like, I'm not feeling how dudes, you know what I'm saying, how this shit is going on, how the motherfuckers treating you, you know what I'm saying, you never did nothing, everything was solid when you was there, you know what I'm saying, and whatever have you, because we had just left each other right before I went to the bar, and everything, because we was all in Auburn. So, fast forward, I leave Scar, we never got to make it in the cell together, police, knew what was going on, so, but on some real shit, we wasn't gonna try to kill each other, nothing there, because like I said, that was my brother for real. That is my brother for real. You know what I mean? So I go to Attica while I'm on quarantine. I told y'all the story already in my last episode about how the police had me on the wall with their sticks out and, told me like if We know what's going on. We know who you is. You know, we not gonna fuck with you. You ain't gonna have no problems from us. Anything that you do or you plan on doing, make sure it's in that yard. Don't do it on there. Don't do it on the gallery. Don't do it in our buildings. Don't do it in our hallways. Don't do it in our schools. Don't do it in the mess hall. You know, whatever. Do that shit in the yard. Everything was clear. Got in the Auburn. When I pulled up at Auburn, Frank White, MK and them was there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to MK and Frank. And you know, they went and hollered at the Brims. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what's up? What's going on with Mel? You know, Mel here, he in the building. You know what I'm saying? We know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's our comrade. You know, they had a grown man. It wasn't like they ran down with their knives out, whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You know, Frank White is one of them OGs that's known to quick that'll cut or stab you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and MK not too far off from that. You know what I'm saying? MK got a track record like we all do. And in fact, me and MK are co-defendants in a jail case on Rikers Island together also. He's one of the co-defendants in my jail case. He's a co-defendant in one of my jail cases, and I mean Stone is a co-defendant in one of my other jail cases. I have 5 jail cases. So anyway, getting back to the story, you know, the Brims that was there was Red Rover, the one that allegedly supposed to had did Scar dirty and did all this, whatever, whatever. Never happened. It ain't happen like that or whatever people made it seem out to be or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing like that. And for the reasons and the stories and everything was different, but I'm not gonna even sit here and talk about that. But I will say this, you know what I'm saying? Scar's healthy, everything is good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that like I don't fuck with Rover. You know what I'm saying? Rover was there. And while we was in Attica, you know what I'm saying? Everything was solid. You know what I'm saying? Rover was there. Fizzy Woo was there. May Fizzy Woo rest in peace. The Hound, you know what I'm saying? Over there from Eden Walk. You know what I'm saying? Coolio. Cooley. I don't know why I keep saying Coolio. Coolio must be talking about me. But Cooley, the other Hound, is Fizzy Woo, right hand man. You know what I'm saying? Rez Dollar was there. You know what I'm saying? It was just a few homies there, but those the notable ones, you know what I'm saying? They was on my gallery. We was on the gallery for like about 18 months together. Everything was solid, you know what I'm saying? You know, while I was there, nobody tried to snake me, nobody tried to do no fuckboy shit like all that happened in me and Clinton and all that bullshit that was going on in Elmira. Everything was grown, you know what I'm saying? We went outside, we had a conversation, you know what I'm saying? Everything was healthy. And plus, you know, they was one of Live Brim's, you know, loyalists and was in contact with Live Brim. You know, everything was healthy, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So because of that, I was able to you know, I'm sorry for going over my words or, you know what I'm saying, whatever, because one thing about me, I don't sit here and write nothing. I don't think, you know what I'm saying, I don't sit here and pre-think nothing or nothing like that. Everything I do, I just do straight from my head and off the top of my mind and come from my heart and everything that I can remember. You know what I mean? So, while I was there, my morning program was in the gym. I was in the gym working out, you know, playing ball, chilling with the homies, you know, and everything like that. Everything was healthy. While I was in Attica, you know what I'm saying? My oldest daughter started college. You know, she was going to college in South Carolina. My baby daughter, you know, my baby moms and all of them, they had all moved to South Carolina and then relocated to Georgia. This time, this is about 2015 no, this is about 2014-ish, 2000 going into 2015. And while I was in Attica, I also was taking all the programs that I needed to get home. You know, so what I did, I had took up I needed ASAP, which is a drug program. Cause I had caught, you know, DU with all the stuff going on. Remember I told you when I was in the cell and I moved the Santa Maria thing that Eli had, you know, and the thing, you know, blew up, and then the police hit my cell while I'm smoking and everything like that. So I caught a DU and everything right there. So I needed to take ASAP, right? I needed to take ART, which is a violence program, you know, because I was going to keep going to the box for gang, and you know, I was going to the box for a lot of violence. I was locked up for violence, so even if I would have no violent, you know, reputation, you know, in prison, I would still had to take it because, you know, I was locked up for murder, attempted murder, which ended up being another murder because the guy, you know, other guy passed away. Yeah, the other guy had passed away, and I had 5 jail cases that I was fighting, you know, from going to war, you know what I'm saying? So all that made me have to take that program if I was even thinking about going home. You know, so while I was in Attica, I was just preparing myself, trying to, you know, make all the leaks and all the connections I need in order to get ready to go home. My family started stepping up real hard for me and everything. Everything was good. 2015, I went to the parole board. Parole board looked at me. They went through the motions and everything, but they went at me and they was like, while I'm talking through, you know, on the record, my plea why I need to be released from, you know, from prison, and I'm showing everything that I accomplished and everything. They was like, nah, come back in 2 years. I'm like, all right. Came back. I ain't go outside for like a week. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go outside for a week. I couldn't eat. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers sat here and gave me 2 more years. And the reason why they gave me 2 more years, because all the times I just went to the box and all the stuff that was going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, all this started going on when I went back, you know what I'm saying, when I was on my way going home. This ain't happened at the beginning of my business. This ain't happened when I went up north. You know what I'm saying? This ain't happened when the situation first allegedly posted had happened. It happened damn near a decade later when it was time for me to head out the door. So that was their purpose of hitting me for 2 years. But within 90 days, I was going to the time allowance committee. The time allowance committee is, they look at all your good time and with your good time loss and with your good time you had and everything, and see whether or not they're gonna give it back or not. So even though I seen the parole board, I still had another chance of going home. So when I seen the time allowance committee, the same thing almost like the parole board, but it's not people from outside, from Albany, it's the people, you know, the security and everybody from inside the prisons or whatever, some prison stuff. And they said basically the same thing the parole board said. You know what I'm saying? You know, you on your way home, and you know, while you was doing your bid, you know, at the beginning of your bid, I know you messed up, it was hard, but as you was getting older, I see, you know, you was facilitating the AVP program, which is an alternative violent program. You was doing this, you was doing that. Now, within your last 5 years of going, when you were about to go home, you can't seem to stay out the box, you're going through this, you're going through that, whatever. So they said, you know what? Come back to us in 6 months with no ticket. Come with us with 6 months with no ticket, we'll let you go. I'm like, all right, cool. So now I'm like, damn, 6 months without a ticket? Every day you turn around, something going on, something popping off, or, you know, certainly just randomly getting hurt, or anything could happen in 6 months. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck, 6 months? Boom. So I was going outside, telling everybody, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I got hit, you know what I'm saying, I'm working out, doing everything like regular. Once I got like on a 60 days countdown, I started chilling out. I started coming out like 4 or 5 times a week. I wasn't coming out every day. Boom. 6 months, the 6 weeks passed. It's 2 more months passed, made the whole 6 months. Went back to time allowance. They looked at my shit, so I ain't had no tickets. And they was like, yo, we gonna let you go. March 23rd, 2016 is your release date. You gonna go home. So at the time, I had maybe 70 something days before my date. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not gonna even bullshit you. When I got my date, I damn near cried, B. I damn near cried. I did cry, but not in front of them. But I almost cried in front of them. I wanted to jump over the table and kiss them and get them hugs and everything like that. Why? Because they had my freedom in their hands. And they could have played with me and did everything. They could have followed suit like the parole board. But they gave me a chance. I don't know how many of y'all viewers that ever almost lost your life or stared in the barrel of a gun when your whole life flashed before you. I had that same experience. Everything I went through in my life, everything just went by in a second, my whole life. I'm like, damn. $1997, I got locked up for this case. After being on the run for three weeks. And mind you, I just did about 2.5 years, so I was only home not even 90 days. And I'm on the run for a body and attempt. I copped out to 20 years flat. Everybody was like, yo, Mel, you bugged out, yo, you crazy, yo, you bugging, you tripping, you wilding, my nigga, like that. What? You what? And I looked at it as, all right, I'm gonna miss my teens, I'm gonna miss my 20s, I'm gonna miss my 30s, but I'm gonna come home in my 40s. God willing, I still have another 30, 40 years of freedom out there to live my life. I can't make up or miss the time that I missed from my teens to the time I got released. And mind you, from the time I caught this case, this wasn't my first nor my second bid. This was my 3rd bid. And I did a parole violation. So, for me to cop out the 20 years and have that vision and do the 20 years, my daughter was still wearing Pampers. I come home, she's in college. I'm home within not even 2 years. I'm a grandfather. A lot of times when I was home, since I've been home, I think about that time when me and Scar was talking. And I really love bro, because it's no telling, it's really no telling what would have happened, how anything could have went, or whether I'd have made it out. And I kid you not, when I had them 60 days left to go home, to be able to see, to be able to be with my kids, to be free, after the hard bit I went through, all the work I put in, all the ass whoopings I got, all the backstabbing I got, out of them 20 years, I did half of that in the box. I did almost half of that in a box. I take off a year or two, but I did about almost half of that in a box. Solitary confinement. Them 60 days, that yard shit, all that shit was a wrap. I didn't go to the yard no more. I didn't do none of that shit. Only, now mind you, my program is going to the gym. So what I do in the gym? I go in the gym, do my weights, do my calisthenics, jog, play my, or whatever I would be able to do in the yard, use the phone, whatever. I'm doing it in the gym. There's no need for me to go in that yard. And it's sad because when people know that you got an open date and you're about to go home, you got some people that's never going home. People got to remember that. You got people that's been there longer than you, and it's going to be there for the rest of their life. You got some people that's going home within the next few weeks, next few years, next few months, but wish they had your place or wish they was in your position. So dudes will do something or fuck with you or trigger you or try to even just pop off of you just for you to lose your date, just for you to stay in there. And I couldn't risk that. At that point, I couldn't risk that. I got an open date. I mean, the most they could have held me was for 3 years more. But after a little over 20, and the reason why I said a little over 20 is because I had parole time already owed from another bid. So even though I copped after 20 years, that parole time was on the back of my bid. So my 20-year bid was really 21 and a half. That's why when I came home, I still had to do a couple of years of parole. Because I wasn't locked up when they was doing, when I copped out to my flat bid, they didn't have the 5 years post-release supervision and none of that they was giving everybody else. I was before all that. When they first started giving out flat bids again. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to say, man, you know, in life, no matter what you're going through in the struggle, man, you always got to stay 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not always good to be in your feelings. Sometimes it's good to be very strategic. You know what I'm saying? Know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, in this world, you can't be playing checkers, man. You got to play chess. We could never let a second's decision affect the rest of your life. Let me say that again. Don't never let a split decision second, a raid or something like that, affect the rest of your life. Discipline over rage. Intelligence over emotions. Again, I want to give a special shout out to my comrade, my homie, Scar Brim. And it's crazy that I mentioned him because when people thought he did bad or got done bad, it's easy for a lot of people to fulfill certain ways and whatever. See how dudes, you know what I'm saying, try to play, you know what I'm saying, you know, with me and everything. But I just want to say to him personally, man, thank you, comrade. Yo, I appreciate you, man. Yo, make it home. Make it home out, man, so we get to this money, man. We can run this bag up, man. I would definitely love to sit down with you, chop it up. We sit down and talk like comrades, sit back and laugh about this, man. You know what I'm saying? And I want to leave that right there, man. Thank you for tuning in to Kross TV Network. You already know that's one Kross with a K. Salute.